Hey, Wilson, what you think about my shirt, man?
Your shirt's pretty sick, man.
Man, get out of here, man. I want people to see my shirt, man. Hey, check that out, folks. Y'all see that right there? You have died of dysentery. Why you sniffing my shirt, man? Hey, dude, I freaking love this shirt. It's like my favorite shirt now because I'm an old head, 80s baby, and this reminds me of being in the computer room and like, I don't know, on Fridays, you know, we only got like 20 minutes. Shout out to all the people who beat Oregon Trail. Like, did you ever beat Oregon Trail?
You know, I never got to the end.
Nobody has. Like, it's only happened like once in a lifetime. You either died of dysentery or just didn't have enough time.
Right?
Anyways, welcome back to New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine. Shout out to my wife for getting me this shirt right here, Richardson. And today we're going to be talking about the TCL QM851G. Check it out, Wilson. We've already discussed this TV in kind of depth. I mean, it was kind of like a first run, obviously, but I showed you a lot of details on settings and stuff. I've had this TV for just about a month. And let me tell you, it's kind of an OLED killer, as far as I'm concerned. Now, when it comes to just for general things, right? When you compare OLED to a mini LED or a quantum dot LED TV, you get good blacks on both ends, right? And OLED is always going to be like Mr. Superior Black, right? If you want to go with the contrast and stuff. But dude, this right here, this TV has probably been, oh man, dare I say it, the closest I've seen to OLED as far as getting black, right? Combined, oh my God, he's coming through here with his new toy. Dude, you can't, I am working, Raylan. You hear that toy? Every time he squeezes it, it sounds like somebody's got gas. It sounds like plap, plap. Anyways, back to OLED versus the QM8. Please ignore him.
We're gonna be here again.
I can't. Raylan, I can't with you. Hey, Raylan, come on, man. Well, I'm trying to work. Let's take, his name is Gerald. Gerald the Gator. That's what his name is. Let's put Gerald over here on the couch. No. You sit down. Zeeton.
Oh, you're so sad now.
Zeeton. There you go. All right, baby. All right, so back to OLED versus the QM8. Dude, OLEDs in general are darker TVs. Everything is darker across the board, and that's partially why everything looks so black when it's time to be black. And then you get those specular highlights, right? You get them out of the QM8. Dude, I've been playing with this TV for about, I played with it for about 2 weeks, honestly, but I only watched it the whole time. So here's what I found. I'm getting OLED-like black, but I'm getting specular highlights. And then when I watch other content like sports, because OLED is just kind of terrible for sports, right? When I'm watching other things like sports, like football or something like that, you can actually see the picture, the whole picture, and it's mega bright. And that was the first thing I noticed with this TV when I took it out of the box, that it gets laser, is it laser, should I say laser bright? Is that, I want to put real emphasis because I can't say the F word on this video, but I want to put some real emphasis on the brightness. You know, you use the F word. The F word has many forms of context. It's like, it really emphasizes something. It's an emotion, like, you know what I mean? I can't use that on YouTube, but I want to say it gets effing bright. Dude, maybe I'll just say that. Check it out right there. All right, Wilson. Right now, I actually have it toned down quite a bit because it's actually watchable. And I'm in an ambient lit room, but it's not like mega bright in here, so the TV doesn't need to be cranked up as far as brightness all the way. But when I watch something like, Raylan, I can't do you right now, dude. You are killing me, son. We were watching Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. We watched a little bit of Roadhouse, and then we watched The Boys. And now on The Boys, there are some very dark scenes. I'm gonna show you just a little bit, Wilson. I don't want to be getting flagged on YouTube. You know how you be doing, man. You be getting me flagged, bro. All right, so I'm gonna put on The Boys for just a second. All right, so right now, Huey's in there talking. They're like underground in their little man cave. But you see where his shoulder is, and there's other scenes back there where, and this thing is it's shot in a kind of a grainy way, but you can see the darkness. It's not crushed. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible, under 10 minutes, hopefully. But this is how I did this. I went into the settings, okay? I'm gonna press the settings button. I'm gonna go in here, go into picture, and then Oh man, this is so good. This is so good. You got to know how to do this. Now these are my personal settings, so I don't know. You know, your results might vary a little bit. Watch out, Raylan. Go into picture mode. Of course, we're watching a movie, so put it on movie, and then go into brightness. I got that luminance level all the way up because I want to see those specular highlights. And then we go into advanced settings, and then brightness settings. Okay, this is huge. Change that black level to 40. I actually had it up, I think it came at like 50 or something like that. And what I was noticing was some banding in some of the areas. So crank it down to 40 and that eliminates the banding, allows the dark areas to be ultra OLED dark. And then take that dynamic contrast off. Wilson, check me out. I don't know why I turned it off. I usually turn things off I don't understand. Because ignorance is bliss. There's a lot of features on here I can't really see like a major difference in, so I either turn them on off or low because I don't want it to hinder my viewing experience later, because some things are good for some content and then some not so good for the others. So in my case right now, I got the dynamic contrast off. Dude, look at this picture, bro. Is it not super clean, Wilson?
It's so good.
Are you not entertained? All right, let's go back to my settings here because I want to show these folks how I got my picture to look the way it does. So go down here to advanced settings once again. We already did brightness. Or did we go through all that? Oh, and the black stretch. I don't know what the hell that is. TCL, y'all need to send me like a thing with all of the stuff so I can know. I put the local contrast on low and then the micro contrast on low. And the gamma, I think it was at 2.0. And for me, that was a little bit too bright. So I did 2.2 and that seemed to be perfect. Eliminates all the banding I saw, and yeah, it was just great. Let's back out of there. We'll get into clarity next because this is huge. Between clarity and motion, this is where you really need to do most of the work. Got that sharpness down to 0, okay? Noise reduction down to low. Digital noise reduction to low and regular noise reduction down to low. I put everything on low because I don't want the TV, doing too much work. Sometimes it does too much and you can actually see things happening. So I pretty much keep everything on low. And then we back out of there and we go to motion. This is big. This is bigly big. Turn the motion clarity on. When you first see it, it's gonna be off, most likely. And then I turn it on, okay? Now, go down here to blur reduction. I've toggled around with this or played around with this a lot. And what I've noticed is when you have it down to 0 or sometimes even 5, you can still see a little bit of what I'm gonna call ghosting. And that's when you see somebody running or something like that and it looks like they have like not a shadow, but like a third person, like 2 or 3 images running behind them. So I just, bump it all the way up to either 10 or 8. Let's leave it at 8 for right now. And well, wait a minute, Wilson, what do you think, 8 or 10? Because you was doing this with me.
I think like 8 was fine.
8's good? Kind of
Yeah.
split the difference between 8, 5 and 10. All right, cool. But this right here, if you are watching a movie or any type of TV show or something like that, 0. Anything more than 0 will start to make it look a little too smooth. Now, I did see a comment on one of my videos talking about how when they used IMAX mode, they saw a little bit of judder. If your TV has this feature, maybe put it at 1 or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But if you're watching movies, TV shows, or any kind of content such as that, keep it at 0 because it will make it look unrealistic, uncinematic, and everything else. If you're watching sports, even cartoons, crank that sum gun all the way up to 10. Turn on your dynamic acceleration and then back out of there and you are done. And that's how I got my perfect settings for myself. I'm gonna turn that off. Dude, I just wanna see a little bit of the Covenant, dude. Didn't that look good when I showed it to you earlier?
Dude, it was awesome.
All right, hold up. There it is, right there. I could watch this movie like once a week. I'm just gonna tell you that the experience with this TV has been excellent. And the only way I can really describe it is, this is an OLED killer, okay? This is a TV where if you are the person who needs those rich, deep blacks, 0 banding, lots of punchy contrast, and like, those specular highlights where you, in a completely dark scene, but you need detail and something that's shining like a diamond or a belt buckle or something. Dude, I got it here on this TV. I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is the TCL QM8 is one of the best TVs to beat in the year of 2024. Comparing it to other TVs, you're always going to find your hits and misses and stuff like that, but this one has a lot of hits. I just told you how to get what I would say would be my best or preferred picture, which to me looks excellent with the lights on. With the lights off, it gets even better. Viewing angles are fantastic. Google TV is gonna Google TV, all right? So you got a familiar operating system, everything is there. Here's something interesting about TCL, and then I'm gonna leave. I met with some people at TCL at CEDIA 2024, and they told me that they actually make their panels. Like some TV manufacturers, they get their panels from another company, and then they, tweak it as needed. TCL makes their TVs basically from the ground up. That is freaking huge, because what that means is everything that goes with that panel is made to go with that panel. Everything's built in-house and everything plays well together. And that's how we end up with something as brilliant as a TCL QM851G. No expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is it's a badass TV. If you think about getting one, go ahead and tell them Antoine sent you. And don't forget, beware. You don't want to die of dysentery. I gotta say it with my Red Dead Redemption voice. What's his face? What's the dude from Red Dead Redemption?
Oh my God, you throw me on the spot.
Oh man, what's his name? Morgan.
Yeah.
What is his first name? Arthur. My Arthur voice. You don't want to die of dysentery. It's all right, Braylon. All right, boy. And that's how he sounds.